Hi, everybody. It's me, Anna, from the Indiana channel. Will you please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel? And will you please share my video? Cha-ching! Nice. I did it. I mean, it's been a while, but I didn't forget all the details. Anyway, it is Saturday, um, October the 8th, and it is nice and cool outside. I mean, I got a sweater on. It feels so good. I was all snuggled up in a blanket last night, resting. Oh my God. Today I have rested, rested. I have been on mental and physical exhaustion for 2 weeks. And yeah, I really needed some self-care today. So I'm going to share this story with everybody. I kind of shared it a little bit when I was in South Carolina. When I was right in the middle of the hurricane, like I was in the hurricane. It was the craziest thing ever. So anyway, the Sunday before last, my brother and his significant other was in a fatal motorcycle accident, critical. In the beginning, the first 72 hours, they told us it was very touch and go. They needed to have a next of kin. And my sister-in-law was pretty beat up too. My brother was paralyzed from the neck down, cracked skull, cracked face, pinched spine, road rash, 18 staples in the back of his head, broken pelvic. The bruises and the stitches and scars was just unbelievable. They had to literally go in from they prioritized his neck and spine, so that was the first surgery they did. Anyway, he was on a ventilator. He was unconscious. We didn't think he was going to make it. So me and my niece, we went down there. Girl, this is crazy. I was so upset. I mean, I'm very glad I got to, but I getting a rent-a-car is so hard. Like, and it's not cheap. But my little hoopty that I tell you guys about when I'm on here, the few people that are on here with me know that I'm like, one of my hoopties is just that. It's a little hoopty. It wasn't going to make it. No 13-hour drive. But anyway, so I got a rent-a-car and went down there and got a room. And from the moment I got there, I want to share this little story, though. My sister was the only one down there with my nephew. And so she was the one. They had to rush to my nephew. They had to, relay messages back and forth from everybody else in the family because, me and my siblings are kind of scattered. And deal with all the police and the paramedics and the doctors. And even though we was all on the phone all night, there was no sleep the Sunday night this happened. So I remember her having a little meltdown one day, and I was like, oh my God, everything's gonna be okay. Calm down. And for me to get there after driving 13 hours and being up all night and having my first little mini meltdown, thinking to myself, oh my God, other people's feelings are valid. I need to just sometimes listen instead of trying to calm people down. And I'm really grateful that I was able to have a little moment to experience that because, when we think people are they're being extra, I guess is a good word. And then we think that they're being extra and they are showing their feelings and their emotions. The first thing we want to do is stifle people and calm them down. And, because why we feel uncomfortable? We don't know how to express our own feelings. So we think we should, kind of stifle people. But the truth is, I had a really good moment of practicing what I preach and learning from experience, because the day I got there, I had a major mini meltdown, lack of sleep, trying to do so many things at once, towing company, but, all kinds of stuff, and doctors, and, my nephew, my niece, and make sure I have food, and no one was going to have a hurricane. All this started happening at once. So I was like, oh my God. And I broke down and cried. But in the moment of my tears, I looked at my niece and said, I got to tell my sister, I'm sorry. I'll never tell her to calm down again. She was doing so much. And it was definitely a learning experience to allow people just to be right where they're at. I preach it. I say it. I I I believe in it. I'm passionate about kindness and compassion and understanding and listening and love and healing. So every single time I have these moments that I learn something, to teach myself to see, to be aware of the things I'm saying and how important they are. And with every experience I have, even if it's a overwhelming, stressful event, it allows me to be able to be in someone else's shoes, so I can be more of someone that can be vented to, as opposed to someone that's going to respond all the time. And now, if I can say it, I'm not getting it, I believe I'm going to be taught those lessons, because I can't just say it and not know it. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have had, no, it was not a great moment. But I'm grateful for what I saw in it, and how it taught me that when people are, I don't know what it is that's going to take for someone else to be overwhelmed, and I don't have the right to judge that. And just because I think I can handle it, I'm not in that moment. So I have to learn to be a little more understanding of where people are with themselves. Anyway, through all this, so I had that moment, and I got to spend some time with my family in South Carolina. So there was that, and the fear of losing my brother was pretty intense. Yeah, that's my family, and it was a very scary time. And so he did have surgery, and he's no longer paralyzed, and he is going to be able to walk. He just isn't yet, and he got his face operated on, and he's off the ventilator, so he's alive. So there's that. That's a miracle. There's miracles every day, because there's some people that don't survive, and so that was in itself a blessing. It was just a week before that, I have a good friend that her son was killed on a motorcycle by a school bus, and that broke my heart. And motorcycles are dangerous. I'm not going to be like an old stick in the mud or a stickler, but I really realized today how important helmets are. I was raised on the back of a motorcycle, and no one that we knew, none of us kids even, none of us wore helmets. It's dangerous. Not wearing a helmet is seriously dangerous. So every time you get on a bike, or you see someone you love getting on a bike, you should really think about this. Like, my brother had 18 staples in the back of his head. My sister-in-law had, I think, 19 staples in the back of her head. So this is, and it's not, it's dangerous. I'm not saying motorcycles dangerous. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the riding without a helmet can be very dangerous. So think about it before you get on a bike, and think about the people you put on your bike. Think about your children you put on your bike without a helmet. It really can happen. And the truth is that we always think that in a family that can't happen to me, or that won't happen to me, or I won't make that mistake, or I won't get caught, or there's some belief in those things. And when we do get caught, it's like, oh my God, I'll never do that again, until we go out and do it again. Those foxhole prayers kind of, dear God, please, if you let me out of this, I'll never do it again. And we believe it in the moment, and then we get right back in a comfortable environment or a comfortable situation, and we go back to what we know. We continue to do the same behaviors that we've always been accustomed to, and we keep putting ourselves in the same situation, which requires some of the same behavior, instead of learning new behavior in a new situation. And sometimes we've got to get uncomfortable to do something new and to learn something new. And that means switching environments sometimes. Today there was so many things that I've been jotting down to talk about, because it's been a really stressful couple weeks, and I have really missed posting videos, and because I really enjoy this, because I truly believe in healing, and I truly believe in our children, and I truly believe in love, and I believe love will conquer all. I believe love can conquer anything, and I believe that that's what Jesus came here to teach us, is love, and about the divine, the source, God, the light, our energy. All that is, it all stems from love, and with love comes kindness, and with love comes compassion, and with love comes understanding, and with love comes acceptance, and with love comes empathy. You know, there's so much to be said about what can be healed through love. And I don't want to ever minimize that. And, you know, my family right now is definitely going through some times of healing. And so if you have subscribed to my YouTube video, and of course I'm going to share this everywhere, I would like to ask for people to send some prayers for the sick and suffering, the people healing, the people facing, you know, facing challenges in their life, families that are suffering from loss. There's so much that I'm asking people to pray for your neighbors, for your friends, for your family, for your loved ones. I can't even begin to put my finger on the things that I think people need to pray for, and I don't mean ask for stuff. I mean just pray for, in general, the healing of so many souls and so many spirits and so many children. And if we could start healing these children, our world would become a better place, because they would know how to show love and they would be able to nurture. And we got to start with this recovery from alcoholism, and recovery from addiction, and recovery from the trauma, and recovery from PTSD, and recovery from abandonment issues, recovery from neglect issues, recovery from, you know, everything, you know. And it's not just one thing. There are so many things that we need to heal from in our life. And, you know, maybe we could start there, asking to be healed, you know, so we can start healing our children, so that our world can become a better place, so that it can become a place where people can show love without feeling fear, or looking stupid, or feeling like it's weak when you show kindness, or feeling stupid when you give somebody a hug, or people getting hugged and feeling like, oh my God, what was that for? Immediately like, what do they want from me? It's a lot. There's a lot in this world, and that we need to heal from as individuals and as families. Anyway, with that being said, today, I really just want to say I love you guys, and I feel very blessed and grateful to still be learning. I feel like I'm in a giant classroom every day, and I'm learning lessons every day. And I'm not in the same grade as everybody else, so I'm getting taught different lessons at different times. And so are other people, and I have to remember that. They're not learning the same things I'm learning neither, but I'm grateful for the lessons that I'm learning. And I'm grateful for the teacher that I have, because I have a teacher that knows all, above all, and has my best interest at heart. With that being said, I love you guys. Please have a really good weekend. It's Saturday, and I hope to be able to be posting more videos again, because I don't think that I had a day. I rested all day today. It's been, it's been therapeutic. Anyway, I love you guys. So please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel. And will you please share my video? Cha-ching! Thank you guys.